The rusted legend in a quiet Midwestern town, Terry Malone, a once celebrated welder and ex-steelworker, lives in obscurity. Locals whisper stories of how he built machines that could outlast war itself. But Terry now spends his nights alone in his workshop, haunted by past mistakes. His family drifted away years ago, leaving him bitter and hardened. A scar across his jaw is a constant reminder of a factory accident. Though retired, his hands itch for creation again. The arrival of chaos, a mercenary tech syndicate called the Black Anvil, sweeps across America, raiding factories and weaponizing stolen industrial machines. Their leader, Victor Drieg, believes modern armies are weak compared to engineered war constructs. News reports of collapsed cities flood Terry's TV. He recognizes the design of one stolen mech because he built its prototype decades ago. That betrayal sparks something inside him. Terry realizes his silence has fueled the storm. A son's returned. Terry's estranged son, Michael, now a defense engineer, returns to town under military escort. He confronts Terry about his designs falling into enemy hands. Their reunion is bitter. Terry feels accused while Michael demands answer. Yet Michael reveals Drieg is hunting down anyone connected to Terry's blueprints. Father and son stand divided, but their survival depends on reconciliation. Terry refuses to flee. He'd rather fight. The first assault, Black Anvil drones swarm the town in a nighttime attack. Explosions tear through streets, homes collapse, and terrified civilians scatter. Terry drags Michael into his workshop, revealing a hidden vault. Inside lies a half-finished mechanical exosuit, Iron Frame 1. Terry admits he started building it to redeem himself. Michael is stunned, torn between fear and awe. As the drones close in, Terry powers it up. The iron awakens, sparks crackle as the prototype roars to life. The suit is bulky, rusted, and unstable, but Terry steps inside with steel determination. Using improvised weapons, chainsaws, welders, and hydraulic punches, he tears through enemy drones. Townsfolk watch as an armored figure rises from smoke, turning legend into reality. For the first time in years, Terry feels alive. But victory comes at a cost. His body strains under the machine's weight. See footage of the Iron Man of Malone goes viral worldwide. Governments debate whether he's a hero or a vigilante menace. Black Anvil marks him as a prime target, branding him a traitor to the industrial order. Industrial order. Michael warns Terry that exposure puts both of them at risk, but Terry refuses to hide. He believes the world needs to remember that iron is stronger than greed. Whispers begin calling him Iron Terry Malone. Drieg's challenge, Victor Drieg himself, broadcasts a message challenging Terry directly. He unveils Titan Anvil, a colossal mech built from Terry's stolen blueprints. Drieg mocks Terry as an old man clinging to rust while the future belongs to steel giants. Enraged, Terry swears to stop him, but Michael urges caution. Their fractured bond begins to mend as Michael agrees to help upgrade the suit. Father and son become partners for the first time. Building better iron together, they scavenge scrapyards, factories, and power plants. Using Terry's welding skills and Michael's engineering brilliance, they create Iron Frame 2. Sleeker, stronger, and equipped with magnetic grapples and molten cutters, the new suit is born. Terry struggles with physical limitations, but his grit keeps him moving. Michael designs neural interfaces to ease the burden. The suit isn't just metal, it's family forged in steel. Training the rusted warrior, Michael insists Terry must train both body and reflexes to survive combat. Grueling montages show him sparring, welding, and running test drills in abandoned warehouses. At first, he collapses from exhaustion, but day after day, Terry rises, proving age cannot crush willpower. His movements become sharper, his punches heavier, his controls smoother. By the end, he stands not as a broken worker, but as Iron Terry reborn. The town rallies. Locals who once mocked Terry now rally around him. Volunteers bring scrap metal, old machinery, and tools to his workshop. Children paint his emblem onto walls, calling him their guardian. For the first time, Terry feels pride instead of shame. Michael sees his father through new eyes, realizing the burden he carried for decades. But victory seems distant as Black Anvil's forces mass near the town borders. The siege of Malone, hundreds of mechanized raiders descend on the small town. Sirens blare as civilians hide underground. Terry dons iron frame too and leads the defense. Sparks and flames erupt across the battlefield as metal clashes against metal. Despite overwhelming numbers, Terry fights like a force of nature, welding foes mid-combat and crushing drones under steel fists. Yet Dreeg's presence is still nowhere to be seen. This is only the beginning. The wound of Iron during the chaos. Terry sustains a critical injury when his suit malfunctions. Shrapnel pierces his chest, nearly killing him. Michael drags him back to safety, desperate to keep him alive. Terry refuses to quit, insisting pain only sharpens his will. But Michael realizes the fight may kill his father sooner than the enemy. Still, Terry's fiery spirit convinces him to continue building. Malone Iron will not fall tonight. Dreeg's entrance at last. Victor Dreeg arrives in Titan Anvil, towering over ruined building. His mech is plated in obsidian steel, armed with rail cannons and flame jets. Dreeg taunts Terry over radio comms, calling him obsolete. Civilians watch in horror as their hero faces a monster. Terry steels himself, whispering that rust may bend, but never breaks. The showdown begins, shaking the earth beneath them. Clash of Titans iron frame, two charges head-on against Titan Anvil. Explosions light the sky as their blows echo like thunder. Terry uses grapples to climb Dreeg's mech, welding joints mid-battle to cripple its move. Dreeg counters with brutal cannon blasts, sending Terry crashing through buildings. Every strike rattles Terry's bones, but he refuses to yield. The battle becomes not just man versus machine, but past versus future. Breaking points, Terry's suit begins failing, power draining, hydraulics sparking. Dreeg corners him, boasting that men like Terry will always be forgotten by history. At that moment, Michael hijacks Black Anvil's signal, broadcasting Terry's stand worldwide. Millions watch him rise again, battered but unbroken. Terry growls, steel remember. Summoning his last strength, he rips Titan Anvil's weapon arm clean off. The tide begins to shift. Sacrifice of Iron Dreeg initiates Titan Anvil's self-destruct, threatening to annihilate the entire town. Terry knows the blast radius leaves no chance of evacuation. Michael pleads with him not to throw his life away, but Terry locks eyes with his son, saying, "This is how iron is tempered, through fire." He grapples the mech, dragging it away from civilians. Michael watches in anguish as father and machine disappear into smoke. Silence after fire, the explosion shakes the countryside, leaving a fiery crater. For hours, search teams find no trace of Terry Malone. The world mourns the fallen ironworker who stood against an empire. Michael holds on to the scorched remains of Iron Frame too, devastated. But deep inside, he feels his father's sacrifice gave him purpose. Malone Iron has become a legend, etched into the hearts of the people. The legacy forged weeks later, Michael begins constructing Iron Frame 3. This time, it's not just for war, it's for protection, for rebuilding. Children play in the workshop, drawing sketches of their hero. Locals rename the main square Malone's forge in honor of Terry. His story spreads globally, inspiring workers, engineers and dreamers. The man once forgotten has become immortal. The legend of Iron Terry Malone is born. The shadow survives in a post-credit-style twist. A battered hand emerges from rubble deep in the forest. Terry, scarred but alive, drags himself into hiding. His armor is destroyed, but his will remains intact. He whispers Michael's name, proud of the legacy left behind. Yet unseen eyes watch him from the shadows. The war is not over. The Black Anvil has more hammers to drop. Forged for the future, the final scene shows Michael testing Iron Frame 3 with a glowing core. A figure enters the workshop, Terry, limping but smiling faintly. Father and son lock eyes, no words needed. Their bond has been reforged in fire and steel. Together they prepare for battles yet to come. The world has only just met Iron Terry Malone. The legend is only beginning.